The goatfish is the life of the aquarium. He tastes literally the entire aquarium.
Where is he?
Right there. That's the goatfish.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, yeah. He tastes the entire aquarium twice a day. Eventually, I got 2 big mature clownfish, and they rule the tank. I just recently added some Anthias. 3 of them out of 5 survived here. And
Don't need to take the whole lid off. You just take this part off, and then clean that. And then when you're done, you just put it on again. Hey guys, this is Tyler with Top Lens. And yeah, you almost can't even see me on this frame because I'm here with a 600-gallon Peninsula tank here today. This is made by Ocean Life Aquariums out of Sebastian, Florida. This tank is 8 foot long by 4 foot wide by, I believe, about 3 foot tall. And I wanted to show you guys a very special lit project that we have for this tank today. And just really showcase what's possible, because a lot of people, they will get a Red Sea tank or they'll get a water box tank and it'll be sort of, that's where they stop. And other people will have this in their mind of like where they want to end up. So I want to show you guys a little bit about this tank today. It's not exactly ready yet. Doesn't have corals in it, but I wanted to talk with you guys not only about the lids, but a little bit about this tank specifically. So let's get started. So Greg, you got quite a mixture of fish in here. Tell me, like, what was the inspiration for this fish?
I walked in the fish store and did exactly what I said I was not going to do. It was, that one. So I started off like everybody researching this for years. My Russian wife was adamant that I couldn't have an aquarium. So when I got divorced, I got the aquarium with no female input. So it is, this is just a man thing. The First Fantastic gave me a group of like the 13 clownfish, Ocellaris, and then I into the 8 chromis, 4 survived, and I got 5 pajama cardinals. They all hid in the corner and died by 1, with 4 PJ cardinals. 2 out of 4 survived. After that, I got some Anthias, which are amazing fish.
Yeah.
Then I started adding flame angel here and there. Eventually, I got 2 big mature clownfish, and they rule the tank. I just recently added some Anthias. 3 of them out of 5 survived here, and 1 of these really pretty ones, the name I forget. They're very shy fish that we fed a lot. The goatfish is the life of the aquarium. He tastes literally the entire aquarium.
Where is he?
Right there. That's the goatfish.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, yeah. He tastes the entire aquarium twice a day. I have 3 lawnmower blennies, which hide and appear every once in a while. 1 scooter blenny, right over here. 2 fox-faced rabbitfish who will not touch nori. I've got literally every type of shrimp that I think in the aquarium trade right now. I've got 3 fire shrimp, about 6 peppermint shrimp, 2 or 3 cleaner shrimp. The new big eye cardinals I got are the opposite, even though they come from the same breed of the other ones. These guys, they spend the first day hiding in the corner of the aquarium like the last one. Then after that, they're in everybody's business. They love to stare at the anemones. The completely opposite personality as the last one. I've got 1 segmented starfish. He's a sea monster of the aquarium. There should be 2. He's under here. There should be 2, but 1 just disappeared.
There's another shrimp.
He hides under this big rock. Yeah, you got shrimp all over the place. And they spark when you feed. I've got 3 anemones right now, which is kind of early. It's only like a 3-month tank. And 3 basslets over here. Those are just really beautiful creatures.
Yeah.
The once I get the pod population up and this hair algae bloom under control, I'm going to add I'm going to start adding some wrasses. Some mandarins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when are the bigger fish gonna fill out this tank? Like,
I really don't want big fish. I mean, honestly, I hate seeing big fish in little tanks.
Yeah.
This big clownfish, the queen of the tank, she can circle this tank in 3 flips of the tail.
Wow.
So I mean,
this guy over here, yeah.
Yeah, that girl. Yeah, she's the big girl. She's nesting right now. She keeps nesting. We have a bubble tip anemone up here on the top, a green bubble tip that went through the freaking anemone screen on the protein. It was twice, and I had to literally cut her out
on the power head.
Yeah, but she's fine now. She's settled in under the bond of this canopy I built. The other one is here. This one, yeah, it's sharing a home with the I just knocked off one of my corals. The gluing coral is not my specialty yet, even though I have a degree in material science. I consider a master. This is the rock that I carved out specifically for.
Yeah, tell me about that. That was really interesting.
Yeah, I went right to it. I was really impressed. So this one has many exits out of here, so they can poke their head out. See, he's poking his head out of another exit under there.
So how did you find this rock?
Oh, this one is one I flattened myself with some air tools and a grinder, and then I carved the inside out. So it's got a lot of it's got a lot of living space.
Yeah,
all the flat rocks, dude. All these flat rocks, I spent hours dremeling and grinding out.
And then you used a treatment, right?
Yes, and this is something I discovered kind of late in the game, that when I had these rocks ready to glue up, what I should have done was acid wash them all in a 30% acetic acid solution you get from Home Depot.
Yeah.
This one, it really opens up the structure a lot. There's a lot more room for copepods. It gives it a much more beautiful structure. And you can instantly tell the ones I did and the ones I didn't treat.
Yeah.
It really opens it up.
It gives a lot more surface area for stuff to just, yeah.
And you give it a lot of debris, but also it gives more nooks and crannies. You just give it more space, which is what you want.
Yeah, that's what I hear from a lot of people, is that it's like you build out your whole rock structure and then you realize, well, there's not really a lot of places for the smaller guys to hide in here.
Well,
and it's really hard to add them afterwards.
Right, and I saw that a couple ways. The Zerdamsels love these barnacles, and they love to hide in nooks and crannies. They all have their little space up here. I'm going to add more. You have to buy 3 to 5 times the Marco rock you need to get what you want. And that was one thing. I didn't get enough shelf rock where I would have built this up bigger to start. I'm going to add the system, I forget the name, that's hooked on the back with magnets. It gives you a frame to hang rocks back here. So I'm going to build.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Yeah. I'm going to build that all up so that the full tank is utilized here. So
you're kind of going to have a branch that comes out here.
I'm going to add under this structure, maybe this one. But,
and then have it come out here as well.
It's kind of a network system where you can kind of use like kind of a magnetic front plugs to hang the rocks on. And so that's
not going to be a huge structure, but
it's just going to cover this back area. So power heads will work around it. I was really fascinated with it.
Super cool. Yeah, that's a super cool idea.
Yeah, it's going to be another couple $1,000s. It's everything on this tank. That's a problem. You get the water stability with a larger tank.
Yeah.
But the equipment is just... anything you do is there goes one of the lumber blendings. There are 3 of them in there now.
Yeah, but it's a very costly setup phase. But then after that, it's a lot more stable, and it's maybe something that you don't have to screw with.
The apex was set up, but the guys got to come back and tune it. Just one light comes on first, then the other 3. I've got the T5s here, which when I put them on, I've still got one left to put on. I dipped it in the water and ruined one of my. Ruined one of my Ecotech lights, but so I'm going to hook that one up next. Right now, I just got way too much light, and I'm not going to add any more corals until I get rid of this. This is really bad.
Yeah, but you pretty much have enough to pretty much put whatever you want here, because those are all 30s, right? The XRs.
Yeah. The T5s really make a big difference.
Yeah.
When I turned them on, it blasted the algae.
Nice.
So now I'm running it at the fair minimum. I'm going to have the guys from Fantastic come by and tune it up again. The complexity of the Apex system is just mind-boggling. I was a network engineer. My daughter's an MIS major, and we tried to figure out all something that we could do. It's complex.
Yeah.
It's not plug and play.
All right, and we're up here now. Here's what the tops look like. So again, this is an 8-foot by 4-foot Peninsula tank. And this client wanted to split it up into 3 different lids. So I tried to not get the lights in the shot. 3 different lids. And they're each similar with a couple differences. So they all have these feed doors. This is a very large feed door. I believe they were the 8-inch ones, right, Greg? Yeah, they're the 8-inch ones. So these are 8-inch feed doors. We make them all the way from 3 inches up to 9 inches. So for pretty much any size tank. These are big enough that if I actually wanted to take these off and then stick my whole hand in the tank and do something, you can easily do that. I can stick pretty much my whole arm up to my shoulder if I need to in the tank, to where you can get down to the corals down here without any issue. So that's just so that you don't have to remove the lids, because removing lids that are this size, it's something that's possible, but you want to avoid it when you can, especially because this this tank is tall enough to where I actually have to get up on this giant, you know, this cabinetry here. And so the less you got to do that, the better. So if you just need to access the tank, you can just take these feed doors off, just like that. They also do each come with an evaporation cover, or at least this client ordered one. So right here, you couldn't see it. This is an evaporation cover. It's a solid piece, and it will basically stop about 75 to 80% of the evaporation on this size tank. With larger tanks, a bigger issue that Greg mentioned is just evaporation. That you have so much surface area that he's losing, you know, in the double-digit figures per week of water. And so in order to stop that from happening, because it's a lot of water to replace, you can essentially have these removable panels on here. They'll stop it by about 75 to 80%. And if you get a little bit of water down here that you want to clean, again, don't need to take the whole lid off. You just take this part off and then clean that. And then when you're done, you just put it on again. Just like that. And they lay just in place. They don't cover the entire rim. They just cover the center. The outside vents and also this portion here is left open. And the reason we did it like that is because if you cover the whole top on a tank this size, it'll throw chemistry out of whack. So you'll get changes in pH, you'll get heat will also stay in the tank because these covers hold in heat really well. And so sometimes it's not the best if you live in a hot area. So it basically keeps the rest of the tank the same, but it just stops the evaporation. And show you these guys. So this client wants an auto feeder, and he potentially wants 2 auto feeders later. So what we did is he doesn't have them now. He does not have the auto feeders now. And so what we did is we made it to where he has the ability to add them later. So this is essentially a door that will go over. This cutout will fit any auto feeder in the industry. So it'll fit the Avas, it'll fit the Avas Plank, Neptune AFS, Eheim feeder, really any other feeder. And what we can do is, just so that there's not a giant hole here, whichever auto feeder he decides to go with, we can make an insert like this that'll go over top of it, like that. This one's for the Neptune feeder, so whenever he has a Neptune feeder, he'll just basically place it right up here, and then it'll feed through the screen just like this. We can also make them where they don't have screen, or we can make them to where there's a little funnel that we can put in here that will basically funnel the food and stop fish from jumping through the hole. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. If you're interested in something like this and you think it could be helpful, just contact our team and we can go over the options with you and show you the best case. But there's 2 of them because this tank's pretty big. And so essentially if he decides that he wants to do an auto feeder, he'll just put it here, and then the power heads down here are going to blow it throughout the tank this way. All right, so those are the auto feeders. And so we're up here on top again. Greg, what had you reach out initially for a line of lids for this tank? Because I think when we originally talked, you almost didn't even have fish in here yet.
No. I think we did. No, we were just starting up. I was just soccer. No, I just happened to see a blurb on YouTube about your compact, and I was thrilled to find you were reading toward.
Yep, they were pretty close.
Yeah,
a couple hour drive to you. And what were the basic 2 things that you were after? Let's say, of course, covering the tank.
Well, evaporation.
Evaporation, yeah.
This is my surface area huge evaporation.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so cyclical. It'll go for 5 or 6 days with no water loss, and some it was a week. I don't quite understand it.
Yeah.
Do you have some good air conditioning system?
Yeah, and so we did these covers for Greg that basically stopped the evap, like I was talking about 80% on this tank. So I'm curious, it's been a while since we've done lids for a tank this large before. I'm curious to hear how much it actually reduces it for you. So that's pretty much it, guys. This has been the tour of the custom 8x4 foot Peninsula tank from Ocean Life Aquariums. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did have any questions about this build, or if you have a similar build that you'd like to inquire about, or if you just want to say hi, you can visit our website, copplas.com. There's a phone number at the top of the website that you can either call or text us. Or there's also a chat button at the bottom of the website. It's a little orange button. It's at the bottom right side of the website. And then that, if you don't want to call us, if you don't want to text, you can just chat with us online with a designer, and then we can help you out. So again, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll talk with you soon.